Now let's take a quick look at what's happening on the covers of the dailies this morning. Today is Tuesday, April 2nd, 2024. Mr. Mesikeno Mike is here with us as well.
My baby deserves premium enjoyment.
That song, you need to get that song out of your head. You need to.
No.
You need to, Mike. At this point, I think we should switch to the papers we have. I'm going to start with the Punch newspaper this morning. It says here, discos make 1 trillion naira amid grid crisis. Unmetered customers hit 5.8 million. Discos grew revenue by 30% in 2023, overbilled customers despite grid collapses. Electricity tariff hike looms as federal government raises gas price, and NERC vows more sanctions over estimated bills. Beside the masthead there, it says ex-governor's trial shows EFCC won't spare anyone, according to Olukayode. Top left there, Tinubu, African leaders grace Senegal president swearing in today. OPEC oil output plunges as Nigeria, Iraq slash exports. And let's see what we have at the bottom there. It shows some photo stories of Easter holidays, fun seekers flood parks, beaches amid tough times. Mike, I'm wondering how many times you were one of those fun seekers every Easter going to the beach.
Oh, so normally, yeah, although I stepped out a bit yesterday, but normally my MO is that I don't go out on holidays.
On holidays,
because
okay.
It's more crowded. I mean, yesterday when you look at the parks, there was this particular year, I think it was in Port Harcourt. You need to see how the mall was so packed out. It seemed like it came market day. You know when they say it came market day? That's what it seemed like. It was, I don't know which mall in Port Harcourt. Was it the Atrium? No.
It was packed.
Packed is an understatement.
Wow. Yeah.
Packed is an understatement.
It's usually really crowded,
So for some people, that is trips for them, and that's okay, but it's not for me. I know how much I cursed myself, particularly I went to the beach and I had to stand for God knows how long.
Yeah.
I cursed myself, but hey, come on. It's different strokes for different folks.
So it is a source of concern that in terms of holidays, there are not as many activities as should cover the people that want to be fun seekers during the holidays.
Lagos,
we need a lot more.
We plenty for this place. Let people start going to places like Aba. You understand? Aba, at least Aba now, they have 247 lights. Businesses are moving there. So very soon, we'll soon share people across.
Tourism is
it's big. As a country, that's something we should also look into. We have some beautiful landscape here.
Yeah.
We spoke about the movie that was shot in Nigeria here.
Yeah.
Finding
the Messiah,
Beautiful places in this country. So tourism, when it comes to revenue and all, that is one way to boost the Naira, one very strong way. Offer value via tourism.
Let's take another paper. Mike, are you up for... Okay, yes, the Vanguard is here with us.
Let's see, Vanguard. Their banks need 4.7 trillion naira to scale CBN's new capital hurdle. Of course, there's been talk about the benchmark being raised, and so there has to be measures. I don't mind measures. You see, I love big corporations. Why? Because they can handle and take more stuff. And the most important thing is that they can handle more risk. So that means that your money is probably safer.
Yeah.
Because their threshold is higher. So whenever there are issues, when there are failures and a lot of things, they are big enough to handle it. So that's just a thing. Yeah. They have their own disadvantages, by the way.
Yeah, of course. Because with mergers, of course, they would be top heavy and they would have to,
more
probably
control. There's just almost so much control some of these big corporations and individuals might have. But whichever way for an economy, it's not a bad idea. Let's see something else here. Okay, Zenith Bank emerges Nigeria's best bank for 4th year, since we're talking about banking now. Okay, and an eyewitness, I'd love to read this one. Okwama, how soldiers and villagers died, from an eyewitness. Hopefully that is a story that can be corroborated and, of course, can be believed, as it were. You can check that one out. The writer underneath says, Bielsa militant leader Amagbin, not from Okwama, notes leader from Okoloba led the army to Okwama, reveals the conspiracies, what transpired on March 14, allow Okwama to bury the dead residents. And something quite interesting here, Air Peace, London maiden flight.
Yeah.
how a fourth restriction of Air Peace return flights to rejected part of MMIA Oyema. That
Yeah.
man
Yeah.
has been doing quite a lot, and in spite of some kind of bottlenecks and restrictions and challenges,
Red tape.
he has been fighting through.
Sure.
So this is an Allen Oyema appreciation post or something. Saying, well done. So
I actually think yes. So Air Peace flying to London, it's a huge step up for them as a brand, as a company. I wanted to comment on the flight attendants' outfits.
What did they?
So there were two different versions of it. One that looked like one of our fabrics from the East. Yes.
Oh, wonderful.
And there were a lot of two-sided comments, I have to say. But all over the world, culturally, in Qatar, they wear the Qatari
I wanted to mention the
cultural
Emirates.
look.
You see how they dress.
Exactly.
Yes, we are multicultural, but I think about it. Tomorrow they might wear the Hausa.
Yeah.
Next tomorrow it might be Edo.
Yeah.
The upper day might be Gala. Next time it might be Kanuri. So, let's embrace our diversity. And I mean, think about air hostesses that you don't know what they will wear and how they will look when they come to serve you. Wouldn't you enjoy such an experience?
It would be a great experience, I have to say. We still have a few more papers here. We have Daily Independent with us. It says Naira gains 660 Naira on $7 billion FX backlog clearance, BDC's return. Now, anything to do with the Naira gaining is always good news for the economy. We'll be watching that particular story. It says here on the Kogi Guba, confusion at tribunal as more SDP witnesses disown depositions. Railway Corporation generated 1.07 billion naira from passengers in Q4 of 2023, according to the Nigerian Bureau of Statistics. It also says here, Nigeria among 16 countries with high anemia rates in girls, according to UNICEF. Tinubu attends swearing-in ceremony of Senegal's president-elect Faye. And I'll wrap it with this one. It says here, Global Finance Awards. One more time, we mentioned this earlier. Zenith Bank emerges Nigeria's best bank for the fourth year. That's what we have on the cover of the Daily Independent. I'm looking at the issue of the FX. We started talking about that earlier on, that some people, Mike, some people were showing concern that, the dollar is dropping, whereas it means once the dollar is dropping, the Naira is climbing. And we are looking forward to the Naira getting stronger. But there are quite a few people who have invested in FX and are playing in the markets that have probably, not hedged enough against the growth of the Naira, if I can put it that way. So that's why it's a two-sided conversation.
Definitely.
But
the world has become a global village, and if we were well integrated with the rest of the world, even as much as we've had a lot of, we've been disintegrated a lot when it comes to service pay providers, when it comes to with the rest of the world, we've been cut off from quite a lot. I mean, there's a lot that we can't use, PayPal and all the rest. We still find a way to relate with the world financially. So it will happen. Different currencies, were in a global village, as it were, these things would happen. But you see, we should be more concerned about our own economy. Yes, there might be a number of people that will hurt individually their finances, but for an economy, it will help us in the long run. It's not even something you talk about, if it's not even up for discussion. We want the Naira to grow up against the dollar. We'll do what it needs to be done and not rely on Abito Shaker.
All right, then. This is how we wrap it up on the covers of the dailies this morning. We'd love to hear your thoughts on this. Use our hashtag WakeUpNigeria on TVC. Tag us, Wake Up Nigeria, TVCE, with your comments. We can't wait to see them.